Hello, everyone. Oh my, are you in luck? Our guest today is Pedro, and he is doing the work on his mother. He's on a phone call with her. She asked him to go to the Christmas market for her, and he called her back right away, told her no, she's disappointed, and welcome to the work with Pedro and his mother. And if you ever want to meet our guests live on Zoom, join us every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, 9 a.m. Pacific time. Let's do the work. Hello, dears. Hello. Those of you new to the work today, welcome here. In this community, we identify the cause of our suffering. We identify what we're thinking and believing in any situation where we were feeling any kind of fear, discomfort, discontent, hatred, just misunderstanding. But we move what we're thinking and believing, those thoughts, from our head to paper, and we place them there. And I even have an easy way of supporting you in that. I call it the Judge Your Neighbor worksheet. And you just answer the questions as you anchor in that situation where you were so fearful, hurt. And you fill in the worksheet and then you question. So that's what we do here in this community. Okay, so I sum it up like this: judge your neighbor, write it down, ask for questions, and turn it around. Done. Okay, now it's, and I don't call it the work for nothing. It's an exercise in stillness. Exercise in stillness. Caroline, you have a question.
Yes, I have a question. So there's something that I've been struggling for a long time with, and it's like a feeling of loneliness that I've been trying to work through.
Yeah.
And it just like keeps coming back to me, and like this feeling of separation. And
Okay, so locate a time when you were experiencing that, like loneliness.
yes.
Okay. Now notice, are you in the kitchen? Are you in the living room? Are you in the bedroom? Are you walking your dog? Just notice that situation where you're feeling lonely, and then fill in a worksheet from that situation. What you were thinking and believing. When I say fill in a worksheet, we're simply moving what we were thinking and believing in that situation from our head to paper. We're moving it there. And then we question one belief at a time the thoughts we were thinking then. And it's extraordinary what happens. Eventually, this work is a practice. It's a practice in stillness, and it takes a lot of courage. And it's incredible. It's incredible that we don't have to pray for, or not have enough money for, or the ability to, because we're ill in the hospital or in our sick bed at home, or because we're single and we want to be married, or we're married and we want to be all of that. We can identify what we're thinking and believing in any situation and move it from our head to paper on that worksheet. And free your mind, honey. You're lonely. Is it true? Go back to that time and place where you were believing it. Anchor there. You're lonely. Is it true?
Feels true, yeah.
Yeah, and notice how you react when you think the thought, I'm lonely. Notice those images of the past. What do you see? You see all those couples together and they just look so happy. Happy, those people. We don't see that they're on the way to the doctor, third visit for a cancer treatment. We don't see that they're two compatible people walking to the courthouse to get a divorce. I mean, we don't see, no, the ego offers up. Oh my gosh, oh, they were so happy in our mind's eye, and that's what I want. Those images of past. And to notice those images of the future when you're thinking the thought, I'm lonely. What are those pictures? What do they look like? Those pictures of the future. Ah! Yeah. Not funny. Those images of the future. One little fear and terror, get a future.
Mm.
One little guilt and shame, get a pass. The ego just is there to offer it all up. Why? Wake up to the gift of life, the gift of soul, heart, love, and how to live here in art school as an enlightened being, which is just a term for a loving, caring human being. Loving, caring human being is kind of like the definition of fearlessness. Love isn't fearful. I'm lonely. Who would you be without the thought in that situation? Where you're thinking the thought, I'm lonely, and those images of past, future, and who would you be without those images in your head? Just get anchored where you are. Who would you be without the thought, I'm lonely? Look around the room. Other than what you're thinking and believing, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. And
Yeah. And if you had a partner and they were in the kitchen and you were sitting where you're sitting, for all you know, they're dead, or they walked out of the house, they went to the store, the grocery store, or something. I mean, you have no idea. You have no idea. But you see that image of them in the kitchen, and you just feel so secure, not lonely, for example. Oh, would you be without the thought, I'm lonely? So look around the room. Notice your breath. Are you okay?
yeah, I'm very much okay.
Yeah. Well, if you had a partner, you want a partner to be okay. Well, you got it now. You're even smiling.
Yeah, I mean, because I've been there before. Like I've been going through this process intellectually like 100 times, and
Oh, intellectually won't. Oh, that's what I love about self-inquiry. It's not intellectual, it's noticing. It's an exercise in stillness. Yeah.
it's tricky sometimes, though.
Yeah, well, the ego is intellectual, and the ego is not a terrible thing. It's just not real. It's a state of mind to honor and notice anything that powerful that it could give us the illusion of not now. Wow, that's that's some power. But it's only powerful if we believe it. That's the connection. Mind is nothing unless we attach to it. In other words, believe it. So you're lonely. Turn it around. What is the opposite of I'm lonely?
Um,
I'm peopled.
people.
You're peopled. And your head just full of people, those people that have partners and those people in the future where you're going to continue to see people that have partners and then there's you.
Yes.
Uh, if I want a partner and I'm alone, walking the streets of New York City, I just picked up a person's, this man's hand. I'm just walking. I take his hand. He doesn't pull away. We walk. I turn left at the light, and he goes straight. Not a word. Just natural. Just natural. I'm not suggesting any of you do that. It's just, and if you're fearful, don't. You'll frighten yourself. No, this is just natural. It's what the work can give you to be at home in the world. And to look at people that are happy together and think, oh, how rare. Because for all you know, again, they're on their way to get a divorce at the courthouse. Who knows? Who knows? Don't know. It's my job to not be dependent on others.
Yeah. I just have this idea of how things should be, and if they're not the way I think they should be, I'm like this. I get disappointed.
Mm, hmm But you can't be disappointed if your ego isn't comparing you, those images of you, with those images of them. They're so happy. They're so lucky. They really love each other, I can tell. And then there's me. Comparison. If you just look in a mirror, it doesn't matter how beautiful or handsome you are. It doesn't matter how healthy. You look in the mirror, and the ego is going to compare you and what you see to other people in the world. So we never really even see ourselves in the mirror. And this work can allow you, I'm telling you from experience, can allow you to look in the mirror and see what there is there instead of, without comparison. And without comparison, there's no one that doesn't have a beautiful, perfect body. Just imagine looking in the mirror without comparing it with anyone else. Look at you. For some of you, you'll see yourself for the very first time. And that's fair play. That's fair play to see you without comparison. And then to notice when comparison comes in, thank the ego for sharing, and then look again. Meet the love of your life. Meet the love of your life.
But don't we need to compare as well?
Oh, I'm not saying don't compare. I'm saying just in that situation, looking in the mirror, look at you without comparison. And if you do that, then you can look at a tree, for example, without comparison. And that becomes the only tree. And its beauty it'll run so deeply in you that it's like a gift. You're the one seeing it, witnessing it without comparison. It doesn't matter if the tree should be chopped down, it's so awful, or it doesn't matter. It's perfect to understanding the gift without comparison. Oh my goodness.
I guess I'm just really afraid that it's true, right? It's like I noticed my fear.
That you're afraid it's true you are lonely.
Like that is, yeah. It's like that
So,
it's
so
me.
what I suggest is you write a worksheet on the man of your dreams, and then you question. You do the work with what you filled in on the Judge Your Neighbor worksheet.
Like, how can you give me an example of how that would look like?
Mm, My perfect man is, and then you fill in the worksheet. I want him to, da dun, da dun, da dun, and then question those thoughts that you've moved from your head to the judge your neighbor worksheet describing your perfect mate, the perfect mate to your mind, and then question it. You could really shock yourself and become just just so much more aware of what the man of your dreams is. The man of your dreams is, and it will give you a lot of clarity around what you're looking for, rather than settling for someone just because you want a partner, and this one will work, it'll, and then you won't be lonely and all of that. And then you end up with that man rather than him being the man you wanted him to be, and people divorce.
But I just think like that's where I'm struggling, because I feel like what the idea of what men I have doesn't really matter, because the fact that I have this feeling of loneliness means that it's mine, right? Like it's not like a man is not gonna fix it. Like no man will come into my life and just like magically make it disappear, right? It's like something inherent to who I am.
Yeah, so just question, I'm lonely. And without me leading you, you'll go in the direction that really is working for you. Giving you what only you can give you. Thank you, honey. You're not alone.
Thank you.
Yeah. Pedro, do you have a judge and neighbor worksheet?
Put the headphones.
Okay, so you filled in a judge and neighbor worksheet.
I did, yes.
And the situation?
Well, the situation was around this. Like, actually, it surprised me because I had a situation in my mind, which was like all related to a job in a Christmas market that I rejected. But what came out was that I felt super bad, super attacked by a comment with my mother. And then everything that I wrote in the Judge Your Neighbor worksheet was about her. And that was really surprising. So I really appreciate just that exercise.
Okay, so you have a worksheet on your mother.
Yeah, exactly. And I thought I would do a worksheet on myself. Like I am angry with myself for not having gone to the market, but not at all.
No, no, when you judge yourself, it's like asking the ego to judge the ego. So I invite all of you, when you're filling a worksheet, don't write on yourself, write on someone else. When you question and turn around, you wake up to yourself and the cause of your suffering. What did you fill in for number one, Pedro?
Yeah. In this situation, who angers, confuses her. Okay. I am angry with my mother because she has spoken to me very aggressively and accusing.
Okay, so in the situation?
I want her to be more loving to me.
No, what is the situation that you're thinking of? Are you in the kitchen? Are you at home? Are you?
Okay, yeah, it's true. The situation is a phone call. The moment when I tell her I am no longer going to the Christmas market, and then
Okay.
she replies like if I was a kid, and she was like, I don't know the verb in English. I don't know. You shouldn't.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. She's just giving you all kinds of directions on how to be,
Yes.
what to do,
Yes.
what to do, kind of.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, honey. Oh, I'll tell you, us moms. Okay, okay. So, she spoke to you aggressively. Be there now. You're on the phone with
Mhm.
her. She spoke to you aggressively. Is it true? Listen to her words. her attitude, your words, your attitude. Listen to her response, what she's saying on the phone. She spoke to you aggressively. Is it true?
Yes.
I invite all of you to find a similar situation and do your work as Pedro does his. And Pedro, can you really know that it's true that she's speaking to you aggressively? Listen again. You're probably right. We're just double checking it. She's being aggressive. She's speaking to you aggressively. Is it true? Can you really know that it's true? And those of you new to the work, this isn't about you changing your answer at all. It's just about double checking.
No, not really.
Oh, what did you see?
I saw that she was worried and nervous. Yeah. Worried and nervous, but not aggressive.
You know, even if she were being aggressive and you could see that she's worried, and it changes the flavor, doesn't it?
Thus,
She's more worried than aggressive. That's what she sounds like when she's worried in that situation. Okay, so just be there now and notice how you react, what happens. Talking to your mom and you think she's aggressive. She's being aggressive. She's coming at me aggressively. Notice any shift in attitude you hold.
yes, I feel angry.
And where do you feel it? In your neck, your chest? Where do you feel it? From the top of your head down to your feet and toes. Just get in
I,
touch.
I
Body
feel it in
scan.
my whole, I feel it in here on top of my head, in the chest and in the belly.
Your mother spoke to you aggressively. Listen carefully to her words without the thought. She's speaking to me aggressively. Be there now. Who are you? Listening without the thought. She spoke to me aggressively. She's speaking to me aggressively.
Mhm.
And just listen. You don't have to do what she says. Maybe it's impossible that you would do it. She's just open your mind. Listen without the thought she's speaking to me aggressively.
Yes, without that thought, I can feel my own fear of having made a terrible decision and my fear of the consequences. Mm.
So you're afraid you could potentially do it wrong.
Yes,
That is.
wrong. I could potentially do it wrong. Yeah.
She spoke to me aggressively, being in touch with where you were at. I spoke to her aggressively. So ponder that. Be there now. I spoke to her aggressively. Just check. How might that be so? You're fearful. You're afraid of doing it wrong. And how do you react when you think the thought she's speaking to me aggressively and you're afraid of doing it wrong? Notice your communication, your attitude. those images of past and future.
Yes, I react aggressively and afraid also. But I am not in touch with the fear. I am in touch with the anger.
And this is really good to realize that aggression is a fearful state of mind coming from you. The ego, the ego's identity is being threatened. She spoke to me aggressively. What is the opposite of aggressive?
Like peacefully or
What
or
about clearly?
yeah, that's true. That sounds that resonates with me. Yeah, she spoke to me clearly.
Yeah, she knows her son. She spoke to me aggressively. I spoke to my mother aggressively. And I spoke to myself aggressively in that situation
Yeah.
on the phone with my mom. She spoke to you accusingly. You could be right. Check it out. Be there now. Listen again on the phone. When you're doing this work, those of you new to the work, don't guess. Anchor in the situation, the one on your worksheet. And that's where you're going to find the answers. Only there, even though they're familiar for other times and places. It's where you're going to find them in this situation. She spoke to you accusingly. Is it true?
Yes.
And notice how you react when you think the thought. She spoke to me accusingly. Notice how you react to your mother when you think that thought.
I react and I feel sad, but I cover that sadness with anger again.
Wow. Notice that scenario when you were just a little boy with your mom. Same thing. Anytime you were thinking these things of your mom, just notice the familiarity of what you experienced on the phone with your mom in this situation.
Mm.
Familiar?
Yeah.
She spoke to me accusingly. Listen to your mom on the phone. Be there now without the thought. She's accusing me. She's making accusations. She spoke to me accusingly. Just listen to your mom, what she wants, her directions. Without the thought, she spoke to me accusingly.
Mm. Like when that thought disappears, I can be in touch with uh, the responsibility of my actions on her and on the people who love me. Like when the reaction disappears, I just can face the responsibility and the pain that I feel when I am in touch with that. makes me an adult rather than a kid.
Wow. We're pretty ageless, aren't we?
Sorry?
You're fairly ageless, aren't we?
Yeah. Yes.
My mother spoke to me accusingly. I spoke to my mother accusingly.
Mm-hmm.
Ponder that. See if you can match that up with anything you said or did. I spoke to my mother accusingly in that situation on the phone.
Not really, I would say.
I spoke to myself accusingly in that situation on the phone with my mother.
Definitely.
Yeah, so that's where the guilt came in. That fear of letting your mother down, of doing it wrong. You're already imagining that on the phone, and you haven't even gone to the Christmas market yet.
No, but it was when I told her that I am not longer going, and she was disappointed. She like that happened. That was, I would say, a reality. I could also self-inquiry that, but
Yeah. Okay. Number two, in that situation on the phone with your mother, what did you want? What did you want her to think, say, feel, or do?
well, I want her to be more loving to me, to be compassionate, kind, and sweet. I want her to speak to me more lovingly, and yes, I want her to be a safe space for me. Somehow, like forgiving. Maybe I want a saint. I don't want a mother.
Oh, our mothers are wiser than that. We're here to wake you up. I'm glad to know there's a survivor out there. You're working through it. So you want her to be loving to you.
Yes.
Is it true? You can hear her more clearly now after working number one. You want her to be loving to you. Is it true?
Yes, definitely yes.
Did you want her to be loving to you or okay, just notice how you react when you think the thought in that situation. I want her to be loving to me. And you told her you weren't going to the Christmas market.
Yeah, I told her that I'm not going. Yeah, yeah. And she has
You want,
paid for the flights and everything. Yeah, yeah.
and you want her to be loving to you.
Yes.
Some others, some others aren't quite there in every situation. Notice how you treat your mother when you think the thought you want her to be loving to you and you're not
Yeah,
going to this market.
yeah. It's like um, I don't see her, and I judge her, like, I don't see all the things that she has done for me, and I don't see all the love that she shows to me in different ways that maybe I would like to. Yes, I
Well,
would.
notice what you say and do when you think the thought in that situation. I want her to be loving to me.
Yeah, when I think that I want her to be loving to me, right? To speak
Mhm.
to me loving. Yes, I think.
So what do
What?
you say? What do you do when you want her to be loving to you and she's disappointed?
When she wants to be loving to me and she's disappointed.
She's being aggressive to your mind and accusing.
Mm-hmm.
So she's being, I want her to be loving to me, turned around. Let's try this turn around. I want me to be loving to her.
Yes, I want me to be. Wow, that's definitely. I want. Yeah. I want to be loving to her. Yes,
So
definitely.
be there on the phone, courageously listen to her every word, and live this turnaround. I want her to be loving to me. Turn it around, put the shoe on the other foot in that situation.
Mm.
I want me to be loving to her. Listen to her
Wow.
words with understanding and compassion.
Wow. Yes, it's like if I hadn't forgiven her for things in the past somehow, and I am still angry at her and not being able to show her my love and my compassion.
You see how much of it is habitual, like the old grudge, the old grudge, the old grudge, the old grudge, just building up in your childhood, just like the rest of us, as we're living with our mothers, our family.
Mm-hmm.
It's all there, and we're asleep to it. And we just say and do things that are hurtful. And we just, why did I do that? Why did I stay? You know, this wakes us up to the whys. The why. I want my mother to be compassionate, turn around, listen to her with, compassionately. She's disappointed. Those of you new to the work, you don't listen with the goal of changing your mind about what you said. That could happen, but just notice who you are in that situation just the way it does without the thought. I want her to be compassionate. Anchor in, I want me to be compassionate toward her in that situation. So listen, she could be right on every point. Or
And yeah,
maybe one or 2 points.
and I think she was in all of the points. Like
Yeah.
it's not the content, it's the way of telling things. But also, I realized when I was doing now this inquiry, I realized that having been compassionate and loving towards her would have been not calling her straightforward as I received the message because the emotion was really, really high. So now I realized, like, it's like I wanted my portion of guiltiness and punishment and I receive it. Oh boy, I did receive it, but from myself, not from her. I just got what I was unconsciously or my ego was looking for. So now I realize that another loving action and decision would have been to wait for the right moment to communicate this to her. It shouldn't have to be right at the same time when I had these emotions and would have been like, Mom, I want to tell you something. I don't want you to be angry.
Very wise.
Yes. And I think that would have changed these inversions, like I want to be compassionate to her, I want to be loving to her, would have been, yeah, would have happened.
Instead, you became the parent treating her like a child. That I know mind.
That I know mine.
Yeah, I know mind.
Yes. Yes. Yes, that's true. Yeah, that's true. And
Teacher's mind. I want to set my mother straight. So you're the parent, and she's becoming the child in
yes,
your in that.
yes. Wow, Byron, thank you so much. Really.
And now consider competitiveness, winning and losing. Reducing the parent to your authority. You're teaching, reprimanding, not compassionate, not loving, all the things not sweet, not kind and sweet. Everything you want from her, you're living the opposite. So how's your mother going to learn? You know, we're all here in Earth School. So you're teaching her not to be who you want her to be.
Wow. Yeah, because I think that it's her who has to show that to me because I am the son, and yeah. And that's very arrogant, being an adult.
And it stunts your growth.
Yes.
It keeps you stuck, you know. You blink of an eye, you're in your 80s, and you're in the same mental trap as you
Yes.
look at the world the way you do your mother on occasion.
Yes.
That's the opposite of living as a student. It's living as a teacher, and it's really can get really lonely because seldom do people listen when we're trying to teach them where they're wrong.
Wow. Yeah.
So, you know, amends it takes, you know, a lot of courage. It's like calling your mom later and giving you your turnaround. It's like, Mom, on the phone call, I want to be more on phone calls. I want to be more loving to you and more compassionate and kinder and sweeter. I want to be a safe, I want to be a safe place for you. And I apologize for my arrogance, my response to your request that I go to the Christmas market. I sincerely apologize. And when you notice those attitudes, that attitude in me, please let me know. Don't hesitate because I am stuck in old ways. And you remind me of what I need reminding of. And that would really help me. But oh boy, all of you out there don't even hear what I just said if you don't mean it, because the ego just takes it on like another way of teaching people and getting what we want and looking good. That's so not it. Compassion, that's just loving, being a safe space. You know, we want other people to be that, but how do we be that? Okay, so let's go to number 3 and find some answers. In that situation, to get what you want from her, what advice would you offer her? She shouldn't, in that situation on the phone?
I feel embarrassed now to say this.
Yeah. We're so justified, and now it's like, oops.
But I will say, in this situation, she shouldn't speak to me so furiously. She should understand that this behavior only increases my feeling of guiltiness. Oh, I see myself as a victim now, and that's not good. And makes me myself as well as become scared, frozen, and feel unloved. She should express her worries and fears about me in a more peaceful way. She should trust me and life and stop believing that she knows what should have happened and what should not.
I mean, hey, you're taking arrogance to a whole new level here.
Please don't publish this. Well, this is in the middle of the video. Can put a tomato on my face.
You know, and I can afford to laugh. I've done this work. Oh my God. There's only one person in the entire world to fix, and it turned out to be. And how do you treat your mother when you're putting all of these beliefs onto her in your head? When you believe the thought she shouldn't speak to you furiously like that, and she wasn't furious.
Yeah, it's like I feel superior. It's like if I knew how to be a mother better than her.
Okay, so let's teach someone who let's teach the teacher. Okay, the teacher or the mom. Let's turn it around in that situation, and live through it. Be on the phone, anchored there, and read. I shouldn't speak to her, and read it. Read the whole thing that way. And read it like a prayer, you know, be there now on the phone. I shouldn't.
Okay. Go. I shouldn't speak to her so furiously. I should understand that this behavior only increases her feeling of guilt.
Her guilt and my guilt.
Makes her punish herself as well as become scared, frozen, and feel unloved. I should express my worries and fears about her in a more peaceful way. I should trust her and life and stop believing that I know what should have happened and what should not have happened. Wow.
You know, I love these number 3 is advice. You know, advice to her. And when we turn around like that, it's advice to ourselves in that situation. Clear advice right out of something we can trust ourselves. By the way, everyone, if you enjoyed this podcast, please give us a 5-star rating and review on iTunes. It really matters, and thank you for that. I love that you join me every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from 9 to 10 a.m. Pacific time. At homewithbk.com, let's do the work.